Daryl Bryant's window is down. There are two girls standing just off to the side. One's on the sidewalk, one's at a yellow pedestrian pole. I call it pedestrian pole. It holds a pedestrian pole. We've all seen it. And both Julio and Daryl make eye contact with those girls. They know they saw them. Matter of fact, there's that visual thing within the cab. You see that? Yeah, okay. And we know the girls saw them. And the reason we know that, Mr. Clegg had mentioned that Samantha Lopez was deposed. And yeah, she was. A very nice young lady. And I asked her, do you know for a fact if Jazmin saw the men in the truck and the truck? She said, yeah. Well, okay, that took me back a little bit. How do you know that? Because we laughed about it. As soon as they smiled at us, we thought it was funny. So, make sure they see you. Absolutely. Now, let's talk about the road condition as it existed at that moment. There's a lot of talk about red light, green light, doesn't matter. What they had was a green light. We know that. You didn't see the video very much, but I can tell you we're going to see a little bit more. And what you're going to see are a couple of cars that come up in that curved lane that are also headed north on Sand Hill, and they go around the corner. They aren't stopping, they aren't slowing down except to make their turn, and they proceed around. You're also going to see traffic coming from the north to the south. Now maybe you can't see the light color, but 2 and 2 makes 4. That's a green light. They came, they saw. Did they come to a stop? You won't see that on there, but they did slow down. And the reason they slowed down was exactly what I told you. Getting the big picture, here are 2 pedestrians, I want to know what they're doing before I start to make a turn. That was the thought process for Mr. Cortez. He's convinced that they're staying put because they aren't moving. And he proceeds around. He goes around the corner. Now what happens then? There's been some discussion about Samantha Lopez hitting that pedestrian call button. Well, indeed she did. And when she was deposed, I asked her, why are you hitting it? She said, because we didn't have a light. Now she said it turned on fairly soon after she pushed it. But by that time, that truck was already in motion going around the corner. And one of the Smith keys I told you about is leave yourself an out. So he gave himself, because he knew he had some pedestrians over there, a little bit extra cushion when he went around that corner. He got about 3/4 of the way through his turn before this terrible event occurred.